Okay, so here it is. Let's do it fast. Huh. Anybody would like to share? So we need to figure out. So one thing you need to know. Remember how many 45s are there in the inner circle? How many 45s are there?
8.
So that we have to know. Otherwise, we won't get it. Okay. So the trick is 8,
Yeah.
45. Sure, right? Agree? 5 by 4. So let's put it. So 5 by 4, let's see, 5 by 4 basically means 45 degrees. 45 degrees, how many are there altogether? 8 of them, agree? So you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. That's all I remember. This is 270 and that's 90. This is 180. These are the important marks to know which quadrant is what, right? And if it is 5 by 6, how many are there? What is 5 by 6 means? 30? 30, right? So how many 30s can we fill up in a whole round? Very good. How many? 12, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? And how many 60s are there in a whole circle?
16.
6.
6, right? So if it is 6 means there will be 3 up, 3 down, agree? So 3, 1 will be here, there will be another on this one. Can you see this part? So there is 1, 2, 3. Again I can put something next. So this is the 3 things required to be successful for this, okay? You have to know this part and what pi by 3 also is 60 degrees. And another thing is which quadrant what is positive. So I'm going to write it right here is, remember the thing, the chart that I'm making, here it is. I put it back here again. Just in case you forget. In the first quadrant, all 6 streaks are positive, agree? But in the second one, remember all stupid features of, you can remember that Cassandra, I used to teach that. So the second one, sine is positive, so cosecant is also positive, correct? But the others are negative. But if you go to the third quadrant, the tan is positive, the rest of them negative. In the fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, and secant is like a flip of it. So let's go directly there. So what do you think is the first one? Who would like to answer? Remember what are we doing? We are trashing that unit circle which is right. We don't even want to see that unit circle. And these problems are all about without using unit circle. Can we do this? So what is this angle? Where are we on? My negative 7 pi. What is pi stands for? 180, right? So how many 180s?
7.
So where will you land on it? So the first one is asking the question, suppose. So again I like to write, if it is pi, also you should know this is pi by 2, agree? Because it is 90, right? 90, we understand 90 better, right? 90 degrees is more, 90, but it is pi by 2. If it is 180, what is 180? Pi. And if it is 270, what is 270 degrees? 3 of them. So it's like 1, 2, and 3. 3 90. So those are also called quadrantal angles because the terminal side falls or lies on the x-axis y. You go back here, this is 360 degrees, which is 2 pi. Okay? And if you want to answer this, let's ask Jocelyn. Come on, you can know that, Jocelyn. Tell me now, where do you think? Should I go clockwise direction or should I go counterclockwise? Counterclockwise, okay. So if it's counterclockwise, where do we end up getting? So if this is the angle, this is 1 pi, correct? Sorry, I have to go around, right? So this will be 1 pi, agree? Then you go back, how many? 2 pi. And then that's all I'm figuring out. Where do you form the 7? Where do you think is the answer?
It's going to land on this one.
Which one? On the left. See? You see? You can see if you apply a line, you can get it. So it's like when you go, okay, you go 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, and 7 pi, right? And then you know the point. So when you have the unit circle, remember unit circle is the radius is 1, right? So what are the coordinates there? So if the point if the unit circle of this one, let's say this is the unit circle, what are the coordinates here? Don't look at this.
Negative 1 and 0.
Huh?
Negative 1
Negative 1, 0. So this part you have to know. You can't. This one is 1 comma 0, right? And this is 0, 1. Agree? And what is this one? 0, negative 1. Agree?
Yeah.
So you can't say I don't know this. That's quite obvious. The only thing is, what's the question is asked is, what is x, right? So what is x stands for? Is it cosine or sine?
Cosine.
Cosine. So that's it. So it is cosine of that minus 7 pi, right? And what is the second one? Sine of negative 7 pi. And you already have the answer. What is the answer? So x basically, this is the x and that's the y. You get that? You get the pattern? It's not difficult. They're just asking, of course, you're not supposed to write cosine inside. Just asking you here. You just have to know where are you, where is the terminal side for small. And you see the terminal side is on the negative x-axis. Nathali, do you agree with me? So what should I put there? Minus 1 and 0 and done. Now on your same page, whatever you guys have problems different maybe, you finish that and I hope all of you get correct. And we'll go one by one. We will try to build up the skill. Does that make sense here, Nathali? Valeria? Isaiah? So first of all, Jocelyn, you have a question, ask me so that I can just brief you with it. So first part is done. Let's go. There another one. There are 18 questions, right? So let's move on quickly. Okay, so the next question is, look at this. Who wants to answer? Well, you can write on the packet. Right now we'll do this problem and then you can do, that will be help for your exam 1 on Wednesday. So this is like more of a help also. If you see the quiz 3 that Jocelyn, for the quiz 3, that the packet that I gave, lot of problems like it, but they are separate. So they asked only one of them, cosine or sine, but here it's like both. Okay, what do you think is this? What angle is this? Can you tell me this? Which is the reference angle here? When I say the reference angle means the angle made, yeah, 30. How did you know that it's 30?
Because I over.
So this is the important thing, right? That's all it matters. And then you ask, okay, the main back of your mind, is pi by 6 is 30 degrees, right? So where are you now? Which quadrant are you going to go? So on your paper, I want you to write, what is this means? It is cosine of whatever that 7 pi by 6. And what is y means? Is that okay? So x stands for cosine of the angle, whatever that. And now the question is, which one is positive? How do we know which one is positive and which one is negative here? So this one. So this is a little kind of work, it's better to show. So are you going to get a positive or negative? That are we are. How many 30s? 7 30s? So there you go. Which quadrant is this?
There's 12 in the.
Yeah, so halfway down will be how much? 6 already, right? See how simple it is. And then you go
1
to-
down.
Like this, correct? And that's it. So you are where do you land now on the third quadrant? So if it is third quadrant, see both x, y negative. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it means cosine is negative and sine also is negative. But later on you will see, they ask you 10 also. 10 is positive. Remember all stupid teachers of Kasaragod? I still say that. Okay, so you can remember that and say, hey, both should be minus. That's it. Correct? So cosine, but remember it is, you just drop this 7 and just write cosine pi by 6. And this also is minus sine pi by 6. And now you can write the answer. What is cosine 30? Do you remember that? Remember long back I said in 2 weeks you should be remembering all this. What is cosine 30? What is sine 30? How you forgot, huh? How can you forget it? You did calculus also. Whatever value it is. Yeah, because we need to know this answer, right? What is even though it is 5 by 6, it is cosine 30 degrees, right? Which one? Cosine or sine?
Root 3 over 2.
That's cosine?
Yeah.
Did you check your... Okay, so this answer is, let's write the answer. So the first one is root 3 over 2. And what about sine 30 degrees?
Sine 30, 100.
Yeah, so both are minus. See how it works, like this is how. So basically, what I'm trying to say, hey, you have to remember the chart that was, I have it here. Remember, you have to remember this. I can't just, I'm not going to keep this forever here. You're supposed to remember that sine 30 half, sine 60 root 3 2, sine 45 root 2 2. You have to know that, right? And then the cosine also, that is. Okay, let's move on now. Hope that helps. Can you, I give you 30 seconds. Can you try the next one and see, help me? 7 pi by 4. We will do the packet first. The scientific you can do later on, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do only the packet
Yeah.
to get a hang of this. Valerie, can you help me? What is the first thing we should know?
That pi over 4.
Yeah, and what is pi over 4 means?
45 degrees.
You go. I'm trying to show something.
Sorry.
Can you put away your phone? Okay, so that's 45, right? So 45. So how many 45s are you thinking here? Where are you landing on your unit circle? So if this is the unit circle, which quadrant do you think though? 745. So where are you at?
One right underneath it.
So you get?
So you go around.
Yeah, how many? So 845 makes the whole circle, right? 8 of them. So 4 of them on top, that's like halfway mark. And then you go another 2, that's like 5, 6, and then go this way. Can you see that? So you go around 7, 7. So the goal is, hey, this is the point, and so that means both, this one is plus and the second one is minus. Remember, this is cosine and there is. So at the back of your mind, you have to think like that. Oh, that's the 4th quadrant, and cosine is positive. So all you do here is this is cosine of the, so just to write the step, not needed, but I'm going to write this. So cosine and sine 7 pi by 4, and then that reduces to, because you're in the 4th quadrant, the cosine, see, the first one is positive, and you only use the reference angle, the 45. That is the pi by 4, this is pi by 4. And then sine of, again, pi by 4. But this one, remember sine, this is positive and negative, so this has to be minus. So this is minus. Because in the 4th quadrant, cosine is positive. Is that okay? Jocelyn, did you have that? So what is sine 45? What is cosine 45? No calculator here. They are really use calculator very so bad. And the next few problems are using calculator. So what do you get here?
Cosine?
45 degrees. Remember the best, another trick if you forget is, if this is 45, 45, 90 angle. What if this angle, if whatever that A here, if this is A and this is A, this is always 2 root A kind of. So if you go backwards, you will divide by root 2. You can think that way, but I would say, hey, you have to remember both are same, agree? So for 45, remember this is 45 degree, right? So your answer is root 2. The first one is positive, the second one is. Does that make sense to you guys? Is that? So your question should be, why did you put plus? Why did you put minus? It's because the terminal side, this. So this angle is 7 pi by 4. But you can also multiply this is 315 also. 7 times 45 is 315. You can do that also because sometimes you may get confused, but that's how it is. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go more. I want you to do good for the exam one because most of the questions are almost the same. Okay, let me take this off and go to the next one. What about this? Can we do fast and quickly without even writing? Can we answer this question? Let's not write anything. Can we write quickly? What angle? Where are we on? Which quadrant is this?
60.
So now it is 3, right? So if it is 3, this is 60, correct? How many 60s are we talking about? 4. So where will you land on?
4. Isn't it 6?
If you go back, this is the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 6 of them. There are how many?
Oh, wait, 4.
6 of them. There are 12 of them. See, I'll just put them in the circle. 660. So that way you know where exactly you land on. So which quadrant do you land on for this pi by 3?
Third.
Third quadrant.
Third quadrant? Yeah. Sure, 100% agree?
Yeah, 100.
So because this is 60, another 60, another 60, that's like 180, and then another 60, right? So that's the one which is both minus, correct? Yes. You write the answer now directly. Now think of only this part, which is 60. What is cosine 60? See, remember? At the back of your mind, this is cosine, correct? And this is? Both answer has to be minus. Can you tell me now how to answer? What is cosine of 60?
Is 1/2.
1/2. And you can also remember if it is sine 30 is half, right? Sine 30 half. Cosine 60 also is half. And remember this 30 and 60 they add up to 90. Then it's just the same thing. Okay? So this is cosine is root 3 over 2, correct? Or half, sorry. I made a mistake, right? This is half. And sine 60 is what? Make sense? Should we trace the unit circle? Correct, right? Why? You don't even need the unit circle. If you know this trick, no. So that's the goal is, wow, see we don't need, because I see a lot of other students who they always depend so much on that unit circle, which you see, I blocked it. But we don't need that, we just have to know where the angle terminal side lands in, and then this you can't say you don't know. This you have to know. Nathali, just put your trumpet down. Okay, let's go to the other. What about this part? Cosecant, now you confuse us. Here you have to use the calculator. Open your black calculator, I'll pull up mine to inspire. You have those answers with you? Can you open your code, go to the tree? Okay, so first what you do is open the calculator, delete anything there. So I'll go directly to the home, click on the home, and let's calculate. And first thing is tree. So the question was, what was the question there? Somebody help me? It's asking what is the for t equals 4 pi by 3, yes or no? No, no, not this. Which one we are doing?
The number 6.
Oh, I think I speak.
You skipped 5.
Yeah, no, no, just to fix it. The 5 is 10 a pi by. You see that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, this case, they're asking you to use the calculator, agree? People, they are lying.
I'm asking for a math related question.
But write down. Write inside. So that it's easy, it's not difficult. Now, we don't have anything to do so far, right? We know only pi by 3, pi by 4, and what else? Pi by 6. So if it is different, then we can't do that. So we have to use calculator. So let's say, click on the trade. Did you click on the trade? And then the cosecant. Can you say cosecant? Click on the cosecant.
It's tangent, mister.
Oh, she's yelling at me. Okay, trade. Then click on the tangent and just put 8 pi. So up down. So if it is up down, remember the trick is you click on this one and get a fraction and go up and put 8 pi. So where is pi? So you can see control and the book there.
It's right there, the first one.
Yeah, it's like the first one. Correct? And down is 9. And you have to write how many places of decimal?
It's just 9.
4 decimal places, right? So then, did you put that?
Mm-hmm.
Then control and you get the answer. See? There's a big number there. Is that okay? So I'm going to skip it this one, some of them are almost the same. For cosecant, let's directly jump to 7 because 6 is almost the same thing. You go to the cosecant and plug it in. Is that okay?
Is it supposed to be in degrees or in radians?
Yeah, I think that's the mistake I did. I think I have to go back here and put at this one. This whole thing, what I will do is put another parenthesis and put because there's a little confusion here. And go there and make it degree down. Control there. And
I got a completely different answer.
I got negative more.
I got a negative number 2. Did you get 0.363?
oh, it's okay. I forgot to put a radian there, right? So let's take this off. Then we go up and put a radian, like control this, and there's a radian there, right? So I'm putting extra parentheses to make sure that whole thing you want to have in radians. So we want to make sure. Some mistake. I think here we don't need because we are already using the pi.
Mister, I got a different answer.
What did you get?
I got negative 0.36397.
Negative. Let me confirm one second. Just want to make sure we don't make mistake, right?
Yeah. So I guess if you put the rating sign, if you put the degree sign, it changes to the actual number, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you
That's
should
when I
get
said
negative point. Let's see
Thank you.
where I'm making on the calculator and some mistake I'm doing. See how to get this. Let me see if I can put here. Okay, let's change the whole thing into, I'm gonna change this to set, go to the settings, and document setting, and instead of degree, let me change it to radian, okay. And then go back to the, here it is, right? And then here, and then control and Correct? Did you get that?
That's what I originally.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Is that
You
the
know,
right answer?
yeah, the mistake is I was trying to put this whole thing into radian and it was showing error. So what I did is I just changed this to radian. Can you see RAD here? So go to the setting and document and change. So that's like just to give you out. So it is going to be negative point. And right round it to the fourth place decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, because it is more 5 and above, this could be made add 1 to it. So this is going to be minus 3, 6, and this will be 4, 0. Agree? Nobody say yes.
Where's 0?
Because you see, we want 4 places, right? But the right side is 7, and then I have to increase this 9 by 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes 0, 10, and then 1 adds up to the another one. Hope that helps. Okay? So you can, at home when you're doing your homework, you can do the same. Let's move on to the 7, because that's important right now, is how do we do this kind of problem? It is tricky. Watch this. So they gave us something, sign is, what is this thing?
Smaller than.
Smaller than 0 is what? Positive or negative? When I write something is less than 0 means is the number negative or is the number positive?
Smaller than 0 is negative.
Negative. So I want you to write this, right? This means this is negative, right?
Yeah.
So sign is negative. I put a minus, sign is negative. And what is cosine given to you?
Also the third quadrant.
So what, yeah, that's all the point of, so this tells you, and then you say, no, I can't do the homework. See, you are answering everything. So when you have the thing like that, by just knowing this, remember, this is cosine and this is sine. Remember xy? So we write xy, cosine and sine, agree?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you know. So you are already in which quadrant? So you are in like something, correct?
Mister, I couldn't see last time, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So which quadrant? Oh, you're done. There's nothing to do.
Wait, mister, I don't.
They just asked a question. Find the quadrant. Like, you know, they didn't give us the angle false. If these two are negative, where is the terminal
The
side?
third quadrant?
So,
Oh.
so they didn't give us, ask us any question like, so it's like this. If the terminal side is, say, both are positive, yeah? Plus, plus, this side is a minus, plus. Or if you go down, this is, both are minus, minus, correct? So the terminal, so the moment they gave us this means, it is, this, what does this means? It is minus and minus, that's all it is. It means this is x, that is y, right? This is cosine, and that is all that comes. Exactly right. Is that okay, Sam? So I'm also recording this, so that I'm posting it so that you can always check if you get confused. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, so we all learn together, right? Let's go to the correct. So there's nothing much they ask. Let's go to the next question. Is they're asking? Okay, look at this. Oh, can you answer in 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I think it will take 10 seconds because they didn't give us the cosine, but they gave us this one, right? Think over this.
So that would be second.
Why and why do you say it's in the second quadrant?
Oh wait, hold up.
Remember, all stupid teachers, sign is positive, so it cannot be. There is sign negative.
Yeah, hold up.
Where
I
is
didn't see
N?
Yeah, so it's better to know, let's do the easy one first. So what does this basically mean? You want to know sine theta is negative, right? That means the y. If you're saying y is negative, which quadrant y is negative?
It is the second.
But in the second quadrant, let's put a point. This is both plus plus, right? This is minus plus, correct?
Yeah.
This one minus minus. And what is this? Correct? Anything now change your answer? Melanie, would you like to share? First, my first question, can it be first quadrant?
No.
Because there everything is positive. Can it be second coordinate?
No.
Remember, this is cosine and that is sine. Always remember the trick is like this: cosine, sine, cosine, sine, cosine, sine. Agree?
How would that work if the 10? There's
Yeah, we come first. We'll pick up do this part. So which quadrant is sine, SI, and negative? This is both minus the second one. So either this or that, right? One of those. But how do we decide which one to pick in using the first one? So they give 10 is negative, right? Minus. So which quadrant 10 is negative, here or here? Remember what does 10 means actually? Remember 10 basically is y over x. So that's the definition. And when both are negative, negative, remember this is x and that is y. So it's going to be positive. All stupid teachers, right? Did I say that? Teachers, 10 is positive here. So 10 is positive first. First everything is positive. Here 10 is positive. So 10 is negative here. See how to figure it out? So first use the easy one and you decide, okay, either it could be the third one or the fourth one. But then how will you know it is really this one? Is because there 10 is, here 10 is positive, so it has to be this one, right?
Oh, mister, I just understood what this our stupid teacher from
Casagrande? No, not Casagrande.
No, I mean like relating to the graph though. Like what it stands for.
Yeah, all means everything, all 6 ratios are positive.
Yeah.
Or teachers, all stupid as sine is positive.
Yeah.
Cosecant also by default, but the others are negative. Here, teachers, 10 is positive, but the rest are negative. And here, cosine is positive. Cosine C could be county or whatever city name can be. So my question is, what do you think should be the answer here?
4.
So it has to be correct. The reason is because sine in this one sine is negative, and 10, let me write also 10 basically because cosine by is positive, by default this has to be negative. Okay? Because this side 10 is for the third quadrant, 10 is positive. And that's it. So fourth quadrant done. And it's good even though we spend a little more time really understanding. It's good for future. When it comes to a lot of difficult level, we have a lot of equations, trigonometric equations. Okay, what about this one? Now look at it, they already gave you the things. Remember, this is cosine. Write down their cosine. This is sine. And we can create what they want you to is, you already know at least this too. Remember, they already gave you the answer. What is this?
Cosine.
Cosine. So cosine is this minus 50 over 70. That's it. That's all it is. What is sine means?
What?
Correct? The only thing you may get confused with, hey, how do I find 10? Actually, if you look at this, if you know, a long back, I remember showing even the Pythagorean triplet like 3, 4, 5. If there is a like this 8, 15, 7, these are always go together. See, they are called Pythagorean triplet 3, 4, 5, 8, 15, 17, and there's another one beautiful 5, 12, and 13, I think. Yeah, correct. Then there's another one 20. 21, 29. These are like known ones. You should know this, but we forget, right? So what that means is, let's say this is sine, right? What is sine by definition?
What?
Yeah, that is from the, otherwise if it is a right triangle, what it stands for? Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, what is that? Opposite over hypotenuse. So kato. So you can create this a simple triangle to understand. So we need this in the later problem. See like this. This means opposite A. This is T, and this is the hypotenuse 7. See this? Correct. So this is what is this one? Opposite. What is this one? Hypotenuse, agree? Nobody say yes.
Yes.
See that trick? Because we need this. This one is easy. They give us straight away what is cosine, sine. You just have to take a ratio. Of course, some will say, oh, remember, it's not sine over cosine. You just take the ratio of it and you have an answer. But I want you to have the figure 2 and say, hey, if that's it, that is 8, this is 17, you can use Rebel's formula. What is that? You just square like this. And you get 15. So you put a square root and directly get 17 square minus 8 square is 15. Sometimes this one was easy. What if the square, if a number, if there is a number which is not a perfect square, then we can't do anything, the square root will remain. And sometimes you may get certainly square root of 17 or maybe 19, you keep it like that as it is. Is that okay, Austin? Are you with me? Yeah? This is lost somewhere. There you got, so the diagram is too fast here.
I'm just,
Your question is where the hell I got this triangle from?
well, not that, but how you found
Mm.
tangent, like how you're solving it.
How you want to solve it?
Does that correlate to the tangent, or you're just saying?
Yeah, it is related to the tangent by definition of tan is actually y over x, right?
Mhm.
You just have to do this one is y, right? And what is this one is x. So you just this divided by this, you are done.
You solve both of them, like.
Actually, what is y means minus 15 over 17, and x is minus 8 over 17. Keep change flip you can do. And this goes up and you can get the answer directly. 2 negative makes it positive, 17 goes away. You can get like this, but not all the time it may be asked.
The answer.
Yeah, they may not give you ask you something different, and it's always better to have a triangle like this. Okay? So this is one way to do.
So is 16 squared minus 8, is that tangent? Isn't that?
Actually, just imagine I don't know this part, right? Just imagine you need to figure it out. You know the Pythagorean formula. That's what I'm just using the same thing. You don't know this, keep it as it is. This is b, so 8 squared. That's c, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
This is a, you don't know, right? So you can always do that wrong method like this. And that's 17 squared. So this is 64, and that is 289, I believe. And if you subtract 64, you get 121. 120, sorry, 225. See? In place of showing all this step, what you do is you just write down square root like this, see, so simple. Square this one and subtract that. That's it. It's not easy that way. Do we have to show this step? Natali say no, yes, no, no. No need, we are like college students, come on. Okay. So we can do that. So now you know 10, so this is going to be 15. And remember both are negative, right? This 2 negative means you are in the, which quadrant is this angle? Can you see this? So both are minus. So cosine and sine, both are negative. So tan is positive. Got it? See how to find which one is positive. All this should be working in your mind.
But Mr. how did we get into the third quadrant? How did you figure it out?
The reason is, remember both were minus sign here?
Oh, okay.
And that's the only way, because x, y is negative in the third, both are negative in the third quadrant. But 10 becomes positive.
Yeah.
Correct? So in the third quadrant, all stupid teachers of whatever, 10 is positive in the third quadrant. Am I making sense here?
Yeah.
So you do well. If you understand this with the exam on Wednesday, it will be good. Okay? A lot of saying anything. But so when you look at that thing, this is minus, sorry, plus, and what's tan is the opposite of adjacent, right? Opposite of adjacent. So Katova I can use and say, hey, plus 8 over 15, agree? Is that? Okay, let's do one last because we can do some of them, almost easy stuff. So do you need a unit circles too? Can you do this fast? Tuck, within fraction of a second. What is pi by 2 means? What is pi by 2? Which quadrant is it? Is it a quadrant or on the x-axis or the y-axis?
What was that?
What is 3 pi by 2?
90.
90. How many 90s? 390 is 1 pi by 2, 2 pi by 2. You are just here, so you have a unit circle here right here. And the coordinates, remember this? How we can forget that? So the question is asked what is sine. So this is cosine, and then what? Done. You already know the answer. So simple, right? Nobody is thanking you. Oh, but Valeria, I should get something. What is your bank account number? Oh, Natalie is listening. Oh, I should have said now money will go to Valeria. Watch this. So this answer is, what is this answer? Okay? That's it. You don't have to break your head. Just have to know where I wrote the terminal side is. And this is a quadrantal angle because your terminal side is on the axis. So, and last one, I think this was so easy. What about this one? Quick. Now, what does this mean? Do you go clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise. So where do you go? How many? What's the main angle here? Reference angle. 60. So you go. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So how many 60s?
4.
And can you see 60s? If you do 60s, where are you? Here, right? So 6 down, 6 up. Sorry, 3 down, 3 up. So that means where are you now? So if it is 60, so I have so this will be one of them, this will be another one, and this will be another one. Agree? See what I'm saying is 60, 60, 60. 5 by 3, 5 by 3, 5 by 3. But there is how many are there?
4.
Where do you land? You go one more, right? You go one more, something like that. So this whole thing, this is that negative 4 pi by 3, right? What is negative? So if it is the second quadrant, minus plus, agree? X1, cosine sine. See all this works like that? It just, so your answer has to be what? Positive or negative? So this whole thing, because now remember if sine is positive here means, that means the others are negative, right? So the 10 will be minus, agree? Because the definition, what is the definition of 10 means y over x? Just remember that trick. So if they are having opposite sign, it has to be negative. That's how I would remember. Or all stupid teachers of whichever city or city, don't call the name any city. I can be what? I guess somebody can file a case against me. I'll be in the jail and after, I'll be crying for all of you. Okay, so you see the answer is minus and 1060. What is 1060? Can you tell me what is 1060? Now don't look at the chart. Do you have to say?
3.
At least the coming week, at least will you remember that chart? So Ruth is done, finish over. Okay. So we'll continue with exam 1 on Wednesday, and then also we'll see which one you find it difficult and you continue. So you guys try with the remaining. Okay? As I said, hey, I'm just posting this just in case you want to have a look at the how it goes. Because sometimes I speak fast, right? Thank you. Right, Jocelyn?
Thank you.
Okay.